Assalamu alaikum, dear students. It is 21st of May 2021. It is class 11th, subject education. Dear students, today our topic is Dr. Sir Muhammad Iqbal's definition of education. We have discussed the definitions of education given by M.K. Gandhi, Pestolzi, and Radin also. We have discussed these definitions in detail, and today we are going to discuss the definition of Dr. Sir Muhammad Iqbal about education. What are the views of Dr. Iqbal about education? Let's try to understand what Dr. Sir Muhammad Iqbal says about education. Dear students, let's first read out the original words of Dr. Iqbal about education. He says, education is the development of individuality, development of creativity, social development of cultural values, development of morality and character, and building of patriotism and nationalism. These are the words of Dr. Iqbal about education. Let's try to understand this definition of Dr. Sir Muhammad Iqbal in simplest possible words. Dear students, Dr. Iqbal has used some of the important terms in his definition, like development of individuality, development of creativity, social development, development of cultural values, development of morality and character, building of patriotism and nationalism. Let's try to understand these terms, these words. Dear students, let's try to understand first development of individuality. Dear students, Dr. Iqbal advocates development of individuality in his definition. In Urdu, this individuality is translated as khudi. If you remember Dr. Iqbal's verse about khudi, in which he used the word khudi ko kar buland itna कि हर तकदीर से पहले खुदा बंदी से खुद पूछे बता तेरी रजा क्या है. Development of every person's individuality should be the goal of education. The first and foremost aim about, according this Dr. Sir Muhammad Iqbal, is that development of every person's individuality should be the main purpose of education. And individuality develops the powers and capacities of man. The man becomes confident, by developing when his individuality is developed. Education, according to Iqbal, should make the students intellectual. It should make the students intellectual, efficient, bold, courageous, active, smart, and brave. It should not make the students lethargic, but hardworking. The education should bring the gradual growth in the students. He quotes the Quranic verse, "Blessed is who hath made it grow, and undone is he who hath corrupted it. The students' education should bring out inner strength and richness of the child. It should not teach imitation and mimicry. It has to give strength of conviction. With strong beliefs, it is not possible to release the dynamic energy of man. Education can prove abiding values through intellectual wisdom applied by depth of conviction. It has to make man's animal nature with its desires and appetites the foundation for nobler sentiments through refinement and sublimation. Dear students, Dr. Iqbal has used it in his definition, the next term, it is development of creativity. Dear students, Dr. Iqbal says education should ignite the creativity of the man, the creative process of man. Iqbal wanted every child to be given the right and opportunity for free expression and development of creativity. He called man both the creator and creative. Creator and creative. According to Iqbal, the man is both creator and creative. Social development. Dear students, Iqbal says education also implies social development of the people, which means that they must have adjustment with the process of the society. It should develop the child socially. He should become sociable. Sociability should be, education should inculcate sociability among the students. It should make them sociable. Development of cultural values. Dear students, Dr. Iqbal says education should develop the cultural values among the students. It should enable the students to appreciate the cultural values of the community and to adhere to the highest of its cultural values and traditions. Education should enable the students. Education should teach the students to love their culture, to love their traditions, to practice their values and traditions. Any form of education which ignores this fundamental task, Dr. Iqbal says, is utterly superficial and futile. Development of morality and character. Dr. Iqbal gives very much importance to the moral and character development of a child. Education should make the child morally charactered. His morality and character should be very high. Morality is must for Dr. Iqbal. He states that moral code arises out of willing cooperation of three egos. True morality results from choice, freedom, and experiences acquired through social interaction and communication. Education should provide opportunities for social and moral experience. Then, Dr. Iqbal says that education should build a patriotism and nationalism among the students. Education should produce patriots and nation-loving students. Education is to develop patriotism and nationalism among the students. Dear students, Today we have discussed Dr. Sir Muhammad Iqbal's definition of education. Hope you will have understood it. And tomorrow, inshallah, we will proceed further. Till then, bye. Assalamu alaikum.